Live with your two favorite reporters, the award-winning national journalist Sean Christopher Robinette, and your second favorite youngest reporter in the world, Adeline Ruth Lee Robinette. And we'd like to remind you that you can't spell daddy without the Addy. I said you can't spell daddy without the Addy. And you know it. You can spell. You guys got it. We just like to help. Now, we've got a really, really good show today. Very special show. Today is going to be about journalism. We're going to talk primarily about journalism and what it means, who are journalists, and the war on journalism. That's going to be today's topic with lots of other tidbits of news in there. Obviously, we're going to give a shout out to our father of the internet, Scott Adams, and we'll start the show off properly for him today. So we are going to get to the pledge. We are going to get to the other stuff. We are a little bit earlier before the simultaneous sip, but we'll be airing this during the simultaneous sip because we do know now there is a Scott Adams school that Owens has started up, and we don't want to compete with that time anymore. That is not our objective whatsoever. It's here to support and help. So we're going to get our news started a little early, and then we're going to throw it over to those guys. Maybe at one point in time, Owen and I will become buddies, and we'll just start reading the straight news from them. But until then, it's the Addy and Daddy show.
You know it.
All right, Addy, please read our Scott Adams intro for all of those joining for the sip.
All you need is a cup or a mug or a glass, a tankard or a chalice or a stein, a canteen jug or a flask, a vessel of any kind. Fill it with your favorite liquid. I usually like coffee. Hot cocoa's good too. But anything works. And let's do a simultaneous sip.
For all you new followers and the fans out there, thank you, Scott.
Thank you, Scott.
That is good coffee.
You know it.
As you guys know, coffee has lots of good news, interesting stuff in the news. Owen's been reporting on it, and we'll get to that later. We'll probably do a whole show on the cons and pros of coffee because as journalists, we should cover all aspects of any topic. Is that right, Eddie?
Yes, we should.
Now, I like coffee. I was not always a coffee drinker, right?
Right. I like.
Have we read negative things about coffee?
Yes.
Have we read positive things about coffee?
Yes.
And so here we are sipping coffee. We must have come to some conclusions. But nevertheless, we'll be sharing with our readers because we understand why not to drink coffee, right? Like who even needs caffeine? Do we wake up with natural energy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So why are we even drinking coffee, right? That's a whole nother thing we could explore.
Yes.
But that's for another day.
Oh, okay. I was just about to go full throttle on it.
You were. But today is about journalism, and let's get our show underway. Addy, if you could, please lead America in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yes, I will. Leave room for that. Ready, kids? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Justice for all. We end that with every part reminding you that the Clintons decided not to show up for their subpoena. Now, we don't care what side of the aisle you're on. Steve Bannon, who is on the right side, did go to jail for not showing up for his subpoena because justice for all. Those that cheered that on and were excited to see that man spend time in jail, which he did because he didn't show up for his subpoena, should now equally, obviously, clearly expect the Clintons to both show up, which they did not, and now face the consequences.
Yep.
Because justice
for all.
And that's going to be a little bit of our episode today is
always.
What is journalism doing? What is journalism and how is it being applied out there to the world? But before we get to that, let's let the weather girl do her thing.
Let's do some weather. As y'all know, I'm very good at weather. Let's get ready. Weather, Pensacola, Florida, 39. Feels 31. High 50. Woo! That's good right there.
But that's cold on the Emerald Coast, waking up at 39. We moved away from the Northeast. We got out of New York City. We got out of Pennsylvania. We came down south for some heat.
Yeah.
That's not, I mean, that's warmer than it is up north. I'll take it. But now, for those of you paying attention, all of Florida is purple right now. Tonight, you are under
a freeze warning.
You heard it there. That means for all of you with the lemon trees, the orange trees, any other orchards that you got growing, you better cover them up.
Cover them up.
They're at risk of dying tonight.
Yep. Or pick all the fresh fruit off of it and then cover it so all the babies get to grow in more sunlight. That's what I would do.
Yeah, greenhouses are fine, but those out in the open right now on the Emerald Coast and down into middle of Florida are in danger of losing all that hard work. Now,
danger.
Even outside of Miami and the tip of Florida, it's still going to be cold tonight, but not quite as bad. You know, you've got your buddy who may be watching. Jacob, if you're watching, Jacob. Thank you for tuning in again, bro.
Can I give him a little tip?
All right, Jacob, Addy wants to say something to you.
Jacob, thank you so much for rescuing all the animals. And my favorite part of your TV shows, I gotta say the clouded leopard, where her clouded eyes that you saved her. That's my favorite part. And rescuing those baby puppets. Rescuing those baby puppies, and rescuing those baby kittens that own fed on peanut butter.
He rescues everything. I mean, what does that guy not rescue, right?
Like, I don't know.
If you guys don't know who she's talking about, it's one of her. Go ahead.
Jacob. He lives in Miami.
He's got his own zoo, and he's a zoologist himself. And if you follow him on YouTube, which most of the kids do, he's pretty awesome, bro, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll get back to that, and we'll go interview Jacob here in 2026. So you will see us down there with him on the zoo. Addy has to go, but also because he has such a wonderful show, we're going to get down there and do some interviews for him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get back to the weather because there's something special. Oh, hold on. I have some news here for you. Pensacola may be cold today, but what those of my Texas friends, Doug, you already know that. I see lots of you guys out there regularly visit here on the Emerald Coast. They don't stay with us sometimes. But here's the good news. There's reasons why you guys go to Pensacola, and that reason is it's just been named the best beach in the U.S. by Condé Nast. Best beach in the U.S., guys. And now there's a bunch of reasons there, but you know them all. And if you don't, let's remind you. The water is crystal clear here on the Emerald Coast.
It's like a diamond shark.
Could there be some sharks in there?
Yes, obviously.
But can you see them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been in the water, seen the shark, and come running out?
Yes.
We got that video posted up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a hammerhead shark, right?
You think it was a hammerhead shark from what Daddy saw the fin? I think it was that mako, a little mako. Not as pretty looking. But there are sharks up and down the Emerald Coast, all over Florida. Unfortunately, some sad news. A grandmother, don't want to, throw her name out there, but a grandmother was just half eaten by a shark this weekend in the central part of Florida, out on the beach. Yeah, we saw the news yesterday. She had her arm bitten off, and there was no tourniquet. Nobody knew first aid on the scene, and unfortunately, she was not able to make it. She was from Minnesota, down here visiting with her family and on vacation. So we encourage and remind everybody who does visit the best beach in the U.S. There are sharks. You are swimming in the ocean. So you want to make sure that if you are out there at sunrise, do we go to the ocean at sunrise all the time?
Yes, but we stay in the shallow part because you deterred why.
Yes. Right. So if the 8-year-old understands to, pay attention and look out, watch the flow. Okay, guys?
Yeah.
Sharks are what? What are they?
Going with the flow.
Yeah, they're predator, right?
Yeah.
And what does go with the flow mean, Addy?
It means if there's a gap, the water goes with the flow. So it goes.
Well, what are the sea turtles chasing?
The jellyfish.
That's right. And what are the jellyfish going with?
The flow.
That's right. So when you see that tide come in, when you see the moon come across, you'll specifically see. I mean, we even saw the moon jellyfish, right? Those are gorgeous.
Pink ladyfish.
Pink ladies are most amazing. Lots of videos on the YouTube thing. But I love pink ladies. As those pink ladies come floating down, you're going to see some sea turtles chasing them, and you're going to see some bait fish swimming. So of course, what's going to be in the water regulating? Sharks. Oh. So guys, just pay attention when you're out and about. And if you want to come to the crystal clear waters, the Emerald Coast is the safest place for that, for you to be able to see and get that out there. As you go on vacations this year, just please remember you are in the ocean. There are no rules.
No.
It is survival of the fittest. So please pay attention out there and protect yourself in every way that you can.
Yep.
Plenty of reasons to take adventures and to risk, but do it with
High risk, high reward.
Be informed. Right. Thank you, Eddie, for that. That's Pensacola Beach. How are we doing up in Oklahoma?
Papago Farm, Oklahoma. 27, Fields, 23, high, 53. I know Nana's going to like that.
When it gets up, yeah.
Yeah, I
That's a cold morning.
Yeah, I think I remember her saying she likes the 70s, so this is pretty close to 70s.
Well, the family farm, when you wake up freezing like that, all that dew on there, that freezes. We know the donkeys are okay. I don't care.
Yeah, they are.
The goats can handle it. They're fine.
Yeah.
We just had 2 new baby goats born on the land. What are their names, Addy? Tinkerbell?
Tinkerbell and what was the other one?
I don't know. I'm asking you. Nana's watching. She's going to be upset. You forgot her names already.
Tinkerbell and...
I'm not helping you. Sorry, Nana. Addy already forgot the name.
Tinkerbell and...
Okay, so we got some baby goats on the land. They're doing great. For some reason, the goats love having those babies in the winter when it's like the hardest. Goats are tough, I guess. Yeah. But everything's going good there. A little cold. Let's go down. Where is the coldest? Where is it the coldest in the lower 48, Addy? Go ahead and read that.
Coldest today. Flag Island.
Minnesota. Flag Island, Minnesota. Pretty close to Canada.
Colorado.
That's Canada, you dork. -8 degrees, guys. -8 degrees up there in the top part of Minnesota. That is as cold as you ever want to be, I assure you.
20 jackets and 5 blankets.
Yeah, layer up and you're fine. Layer up and you're fine.
And you feel like a...
Where's the warmest, Addy?
Warmest today, Century, California, high 89.
Ooh, that's just south of San Diego County there. So 89 degrees in California. Now we're able to kind of understand why our cousin Jason's out there, right? Yeah, he's from Texas, and he makes fun of us. He says, yeah, you got crystal clear water, but I'm warmer, right? We don't like his water out there, even though he's out there sending us videos of thousands of dolphin pods while he's out there on his little schooner. He's got a nice sailboat. I just said schooner for a joke. But the point is that it is warmer in California today.
Yes, but the water is dirtier.
Yeah, but it is warmer.
Yeah.
It is warmer. Good job, Cali, being the warmest today. We're not vacationing there. But if you were going to go anywhere today, Cali is your warmest spot.
Yes.
Okay, great job, Addy. Good job reading the weather for us today. Wherever you are, bundle up, stay safe, and get back to it. I'll come back to that here in a second. Thank you, little lady.
You're welcome, Hanson.
Now, today, the show is going to be about journalism. You're turning into a new show. We are continuously growing, and it's important that we make sure that our readers, the followers out there, and every human in America understands journalism. So I'm going to read to you part of the definition of journalism, and we're going to talk about some things you may not have ever heard of, and we're going to confirm them for you now. When we break this part of the cognitive dissonance, when we give you news that you may not have known, may not have trusted, and now know, it is important that you process that information.
Yep.
We're just here to bring it to you. Now, what is journalism? The word journalism was originally applied to reportage of current events in printed form, specifically newspapers. But with the advent of radio, television, and the internet in the 20th century, the use of the term broadened to include all printed and electronic communication dealing with current affairs. Okay? So it doesn't seem so noble. It doesn't seem like it's difficult to do.
Whoa.
It says you're just reporting on events. So guys, let's just break that down and remind you that journalism should be so easy that you're simply having events reported back to you. Now, this is where it gets tricky because you expect to be given the whole truth and nothing but
the whole truth.
And is that what happens, Addy?
Nope.
That is not what happens. And we're going to give
half
you...
Truth, half lie. Half truth, half lie, or all lie, or all truth.
We're going to give you some examples. Good job, Addy. We're going to give you some examples that are going to blow your mind, especially for our educated and wiser followers out there. The most famous journalist of all time. Addy, you don't know him, but can you guess who is the most famous journalist of all time in America? No, good job. Walter Cronkite. Walter Cronkite. So you guys remember him. He was the most famous, and he served under somebody special. And I've got to go off of script, and I've got to have Grok. Thank you, Grok, for helping here, and wifey. But Grok, you did a great job today. And next time in the future, when Elon gets us our Tesla bot, Elon, we're still waiting, bro. March is supposed to be coming around. Yeah, we'll just have Grok read this, right? But Daddy's going to read it for Grok today.
Thank you.
So what we're about to tell you, you can go confirm yourself. We just want to make sure that you're aware of this knowledge, because we're trying to paint a picture of the journalism that you are up against, that your mom's up against, that your grandma has been up against, that your cousins are up against. Those people on the other side of the aisle, way down the road, this is what they've been up against. Everybody who's lived their entire life, this is what you've been up against, never understanding or paying attention. And thanks to the Freedom of Information Act, we now know the whole truth.
Really?
And we're bringing it to you now. CBS executives documented CIA ties. Listen, boys and girls.
Listen.
CBS was indeed one of the CIA's most cooperative media partners during the Cold War as part of Operation Mockingbird, a program to recruit journalists and influence coverage across America. Those involved were high-level executives, not necessarily the on-air appointment. So let's make that clear. All the people in charge of editing, all the people in charge of producing, all the people who sign off on the script, write the script, deliver the script to the anchor, were known and 100% taking orders, if they weren't part of directly themselves, the CIA. Now, you may say, well, what is the CIA? I'm going to tell you exactly who I'm talking about, guys. This is what we're a journalist. We're bringing you the details.
And the questions.
William S. Paley. Are you ready for this? Most of you aren't remembering this. I'm going to make sure it's clear today on today's cast. William S. Paley, the CBS founder and chairman from 1928 to 1983.
1983.
Paley was a World War II colonel in psychological warfare. Let me get this back. The founder and chairman of CBS was a colonel in psychological warfare. Do you think that had anything to do with their journalism then and today? Yes, Addy, 110%. What are you talking about? Cover for CIA employees posing as CBS stringers or correspondents. So one of the many things they did was they just put CIA implants in there and pretended they were journalists. They shared unaired news films and outtakes from newsletters after receiving CIA training. And they allowed CIA agents to monitor all incoming reports from foreign correspondents to make sure that they lined up in the control room. We're not done. The annual private dinners and briefings between CBS correspondents, you guys have seen those and heard about them, think they're cool. Yeah. The CIA leadership during the 50s and 60s was clearly involved in setting all of that up. Paley's cooperation with the CIA is taken for granted by many news executives and reporters at CBS. And he tried to deny the knowledge when it first came out. But did he spend his entire career building that fraud?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. Now, let's take it back to one degree. As an American in the Central Intelligence Agency, are we supposed to trust that?
No. Yes.
Addy, do you want to trust the Central Intelligence Agency that's in charge of America?
Yes.
Yeah, there should be some red-blooded Americans in there, right?
Yeah.
But are we supposed to operate in cloak and shadows?
Yeah, no.
No. What would happen if a bad guy took over the cloak and shadows?
We will become one of those.
We'd be lied to by bad guys, right? Okay. So this is not good. And I could keep going. The new US president, the Sig Mickelson, designated the go-between. And this guy's job was like to be the go-between between the CIA. He admitted that CBS shared all their information with the agency. And it was perfectly normal, guys.
What?
That's the only way they operated, guys. It was normal. Everything that you were seeing on TV for the last all of your life, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever age you are, you need to know that the, quote, journalists were all taking orders directly, indirectly, and even on the top of it, the other stuff. Now, if you try to find maybe direct link between Cronkite and the CIA, you'll be able to be left with, no, Cronkite didn't shake their hand. He just took the script and the orders and everything else for them. And then he reported, how I guess he felt. But I wanted to make sure that you at home understand. Addy and I have been. We've been to, what is that, 30 Rock? We've been to their studios at 30 Rock. Yeah. And then you regularly visited their studios across the river there in New Jersey, in Inglewood. Have you been to Inglewood?
Yes.
A whole bunch of times have you been to Inglewood?
Yes.
Did I keep you safe?
Yes, you did.
Did you see how dangerous that area was in some spots? Mm-hmm. But nevertheless, we visited those studios inside, and I can tell you at firsthand experience that even some of the anchors we met knew they weren't allowed to tell the whole truth, knew they had to change their opinion, that they had to have opinion, and the people in front of them had a clear, biased opinion. And we want to remind you that that is not journalism.
That is not. That's not even.
Addy, what do you think journalism is?
You know what? I think journalism is asking questions.
I agree. Go ahead. What are some questions a journalist should ask?
Ready? Most people don't know this. Fake journalists should know this, even if they're not. Who, what, where, when, why, and how.
Good job, 8-year-old reporter. You know all the questions that a journalist is supposed to ask. And let me ask you this. If you're a journalist and you're there to ask questions, what happens if they don't want to answer your questions, or they start calling you mean names? And they start attacking the journalist instead of the questions? What does that mean, Addy?
That means they're attacking journalism. That means they're doing something very good that they don't want to tell all the truth.
It means they're probably corrupt and they're lying, doesn't it?
Yep.
If you're asking people questions, as a journalist should, and they try to not answer your question, or they try to attack you, what does it mean, Addy?
That means that they probably have corruption.
That's right. Would somebody who has the truth to tell attack you for asking about it?
Nope.
No, wouldn't they want to tell the truth?
Yes.
Yes. So when you give somebody the opportunity to speak, and as a journalist, you give the floor to them, it's not our job to explain the story. We're here to ask questions so that you, the person accused or the person that has a story to tell,
you.
tells the story. And we're not seeing that. We haven't seen that for most of my life. As you can see from just some of the awards, at age 15, I started winning national awards. It became very clear to me that I was an expert in the journalism field, right? And why is that, Addy? I'm also the smartest man in every room, because why, Addy?
We know, get ready, nothing.
We know nothing. So when I walk into the room, the reason I'll become the smartest person in the room is because what am I going to do?
Sarah, we know nothing.
Ask questions. You get an F. But what are we going to do when we walk into a room, Addy, as journalists?
Ask questions.
And what will happen after we ask those questions? Will we be smarter or dumber? When you intake knowledge, what do you think?
I think you should take that knowledge and learn some more knowledge.
That's right. But we could be lied to with that knowledge, isn't that right?
Yeah, so we should check it then.
That's right. Great job not answering that. Just because we receive some information doesn't mean it's right.
Maybe.
Good job, little CIA agent. Yes, maybe it's right. But what do we need to do? Ask
questions.
That's right. And that's what's happening right now. One of the big stories we want to break into is about that, but we're not ready. We have to teach you more about journalism. So yes, Addy, that covers journalism. It covers CBS, but let's talk bigger. Let's talk more journalism. So what if CBS has always been a CIA plant? There's more media out there. Look, I look on my phone. I have 9 different names of different media. Clearly, that's 9 different agencies reporting, right?
Right. No.
You may see 9 different reports on your phone from different headlines. Well, let's tell you who they are.
Ready?
The number 2 in the world media conglomerate owns everything you read, see, and hear is Disney. Disney is the number 2 in the world, with Comcast, another client that we visited regularly in New York City. Comcast is number 1, with WB being in 3rd, currently, as you see, being acquired by Netflix, going to put them in the number 3 top spot in the world. So it's vital that you understand Disney owns everything you think you're getting news from. So let's go across. I'm just going to lay this up. Our show today will probably be suppressed because we're attacking the big guys.
Yeah, probably.
Broadcast TV, Disney ownership. This is just who they wholly own. We'll get to their indirect own next. Broadcast TV, ABC Television Network, including ABC News, all the local ABC stations and shows like Grey Anatomy, The Bachelor. For those of you who have seen it on X or seen on TikTok and seen the montage of 50 plus different channels, all in little square boxes from New Hampshire to California to rural Kansas. And when you hear the same script with the same words repeated back by 50 different news stations, your brain gets it. Yep. All of a sudden, you realize how one script controls the narrative, or at least attempts to. Yep. Cable networks. Disney owns FX networks, all of FX, FXXX. Freeform, formerly ABC Family. National Geographic, they own the whole stake. That's 73%. In sports, they own in ESPN, what you're forced to watch, 80% stake there. All film studios, Walt Disney Pictures, Pixar Animated, Marvel Studios, Lucasfilms, all the Star Wars things, 20th Century Fox. Yep, Disney owns them too. Searchlight Pictures, used to be Fox, Disney as well. Are you getting a picture, guys? Streaming services, we're still not done. Every part of a normal person's life, not yours, we don't watch any of this stuff, is inundated with the same script, the same words, subliminally coming at you. Hate, anger, all those things you can't figure out why you don't like somebody, and then bam, you're literally getting brainwashed
because
all aspects of your day. Disney's flagship family entertainment, ESPN, plus other sports focused. Hulu, 100% ownership of Hulu through Comcast and NBC. Guys, there's nowhere you can go if you're trying to be entertained where you're not getting a script from Disney.
Well, not us.
Indirect ownership.
We're not getting a script.
Hulu, National Geographic, A&E Networks, multiple other pieces off of Fubu and all this other stuff. FX, Hulu, the other things. Guys, we say this to you so that your brain is able to process the stuff coming at you is not journalism.
It is not journalism.
Journalism reports the current events to you in a factual, whole truth way so that you can be informed. Media owned by two big conglomerates pushes propaganda and agenda at one point, and clearly for most of our life, fed to by the CIA. This doesn't mean that the CIA hasn't had bad actors. This doesn't mean that some bad people didn't find their way into authoritative positions, because it certainly does show up on the paper.
It does not.
And we'll talk about it. This is another way. This is how we're going to lead into it. If you look up on your news headlines today, I'll give you a direct example of journalism fraud. Okay?
Ooh,
are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm waiting for this part.
We reported yesterday on the gangbangers in Oregon that made the news for a day, and then as soon as even the locals said, yeah, they're gangbangers, they were supposed to get shot, that dropped off the mainstream news. Then a dude in Oregon pulled out an AR, right, as they want to call it, and sprayed everywhere and shot at an agent and got shot. But they scraped that off the news as well. Now, the news headlines this morning said that another Minnesotan was shot. That's the headline. What do you think that did to people who don't understand what journalism is? What do you think that did when they read that headline? It said, another person shot in Minnesota. Did that ignite them and make them angry?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you read that, just reading it at the headline, you kind of get angry, right?
Yeah.
Well, what are we? Are we journalists?
Yes.
So what did we do immediately upon reading that headline? First, we stopped and we said, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe your script headline is true. Let me just ask two questions.
Yeah.
And did we ask questions?
Yes.
And we found out. We found out that the person they're talking about in the headline was in a car, was supposed to be pulled over, and he didn't want to get out. So he ran over some other cars, ran into some stuff, then got out on foot and then went sprinting. That's not over. He was chased and he almost got caught. And when he got caught, no shooting, no hurting, no anything. Guess what happened?
What?
2 more people, you can't get this out of the headline, guys. 2 more individuals jumped out ready to ambush the ICE agent, and they did. Were they armed, Addy?
Yes.
Yes. One of them had a shovel, the other one had brooms, and they started banging and smashing and hitting the ICE agent with the shovel. The agent then, and only then, after being smashed with a hammer, after being ambushed by 2 other individuals, fighting 3 people alone, pulled out his gun and shot the person in the leg. Pretty good idea. That stopped the fight, and it showed all of them he was serious, and he didn't want to get killed with a shovel to his head.
Yeah, he did not.
So did the fight stop?
Yep.
And did the criminal who tried to run over people, tried to escape, and then try to ambush an ICE agent, is he okay and in good condition now?
Yes.
You can't tell that from the headline, can you, Addy?
No, they think a person got shot, and they think it was
an innocent victim again. So, guys, that is an example. That's one example of what a normal person is up against every day because there is no journalism anymore.
No.
We left journalism. As an expert in journalism, one of the youngest kids to ever be winning national awards in journalism, I knew then that it was propaganda and it was lied to. And I didn't want to sign up for propaganda. I didn't want to go work at CNN. I didn't want to go work at Fox. I didn't want to go work at any of those. I wish I had met Jack Posobiec a little bit earlier in time. We'd be over there on Human Events, wouldn't we?
Yes, we would.
But then we may not be launching Addy&Daddy. So we're glad things work out.
The way they did.
Absolutely and always. Is that right?
Yep. And God designed us to put on this path. All we had to do is make the choice.
Take action. Is that right?
Yep.
There's the opportunity around us every day.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to talk about again here is opportunity. So now let's switch over to journalism. We're going to bring you real journalism. And one of the ways we're going to bring you real journalism is to talk about a real journalist.
Ooh.
Right?
Yep.
So let's talk and introduce, not our first time mentioning him on the show, and I'm hoping he's going to watch this today. He did land as Daddy woke up this morning at 4 a.m.
Okay.
Would have liked to have slept in a little bit. But I woke up at 4 a.m., excited about today. And our boy, Trey Godzik. Trey Godzik, guys, leading journalist. You're going to want to get to know this guy. He's a young man. He's a young journalist. And he's going high risk, high reward. Most of you remember Geraldo and a bunch of other journalists that used to go on site and put themselves in danger and give us reporting there live. Because again, what's journalism?
High risk, high reward.
Reporting on current events. What's journalism, Addy? Reporting on current events. What's journalism, Addy?
Reporting on current events.
Current events.
Current events.
That means what's happening?
Right now.
Good job. Now, what do we know has been happening in Nigeria? Addy, do you remember?
No.
Good answer. In Nigeria, all of last year and since I've been alive, there has been big fighting, infighting, Muslims burning churches, Muslims burning Christians, killing little girls, taking our little girls hostage. That's never stopped since I've been born. We've met many Nigerian men. Dad's very close friends with some of them at the African History Museum during July 4th under Trump's first term. We sat there. It's on the Facebook. You can see those guys. That father, grandfather, and proud Nigerian who visited to see that parade was very clear about Nigeria. This is one of the reasons why we were one of the first reporters to break the news in Nigeria and request the help of this administration to do something. We, in fact, demanded that if something was not done, we wouldn't even be moving forward with any of the celebrations this year. And what happened before the end of the year? This administration made a move and gave the aid to Nigeria and stopped the slaughtering of those innocent Nigerians.
Yep.
Saving Black lives. Pretty amazing, huh?
Yes, it is.
Now, you didn't hear Black Lives Matter give any comeuppance to that, did they?
No.
You didn't hear any left Democrats or anybody else brag that we're saving Black lives, did you?
No.
You didn't hear the mainstream media journalists report how awesome that was, did you?
No.
No. That's why this young man, Trey Godzik, please go follow him. Please go like him. We'll have a link on the page today. If you're not following this guy, you're going to want to, because Trey is now the first official American journalist taking it upon himself. If you want to throw some dollars his way, he's got a page open. He's there. He landed this morning. He's got his shots. He's got everything he needs to stay safe. He's got a little bit of help and security with him. He's got ground game there on the ground in Nigeria. They want to help him, and he's going to be doing exactly what a journalist does, which is what, Addy? Bringing you
the current events
in Nigeria. On the ground from the Nigerians themselves, straight from their mouth, like a journalist should do. Now, is that a high risk, Addy?
Very.
Like we went back to in the original part of the story. Are the people who do not want to tell the truth going to attack him?
Yes.
They sure are. And then in the media, the fake journalism, are they going to try to attack this guy?
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll find something. Good thing he's a good man and he's a good boy and he's out there in Nigeria now doing the Lord's work. We're thankful that he's there on the ground. We're thankful to support any journalist out there willing to put their life on the line. Daddy regrets that he didn't do some of these things at a younger age. Much more difficult as the family gets started, isn't it?
Very.
But we're not afraid anymore, are we?
Nope.
Let's go.
Let's go do it.
Guys, Trey Godzik will have it in the link. Be looking for him to be giving some ground footage over the next week or two. As he starts getting it, he will be posting it. If you're not on X following him, I think he's got a YouTube and a Facebook. We'll try to push those things too. And if you're not on X, then you need to go back and read what we said about journalism. You're not finding journalism on your TV, guys. It's not going to happen.
It's not.
And you know why. Now, this takes us to the next part of a journalist. You may be familiar with this man's name because the left has done everything they can to bash him. In Minnesota, Nick was the journalist who exposed childcare fraud. Now, most of you want to specifically talk about the Somalian, daycare fraud, and that's definitely a problem. But there is daycare fraud all across the U.S., isn't there, Addy?
Yes.
And are we busting all of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this administration isn't picking on Minnesota or the Somalians. They said very clearly, oh, we notice a theme here. So all the daycares all across the land, Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, I think maybe there's somebody's independent somewhere.
Yeah.
Bernie, maybe. Boom! All of you got to show proof. Now, if anybody ever went to school, did you have to show proof of your work?
Yes.
100%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So where's the problem? Is there a problem?
No.
Well, the problem was we weren't asking to see the work beforehand. Why are we just now in 2026 saying, oh, maybe we should see if these guys are stealing?
Yeah. Dad, when was first daycare going?
The first caveman went and hunt the Tyrannosaurus Rex dragon, and I think that was when the first daycare was set up.
And when was that? What day was that?
Roughly 5,000 BC, I think.
5,000 BC.
Yes.
Why are they now just doing it in 2026 before 5,000 BC? They had 100 years, like a million years for them to check. But it doesn't.
Numbers are a little off there. It'd be 5,000, 2,000, be 7,000.
Yeah.
All right, so but good job.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm not talking about the daycare fraud. I'm bringing up new news today. Nick, the reporter who brought you the daycare fraud and has now already started the process of all of America healing and getting the fraudulent frauds out of being fraud and corrupt and stealing our money. Nick has exposed an entirely different industry now. Are you ready for this?
Ready.
Go watch the video if you haven't. The transportation fraud is even more ridiculous than the daycare fraud we just found in Minnesota. Nick has posted a new video. He's walked into the shops. He's got it in hand. Hey, guys, this is supposed to be safari transportation. He's getting yelled at by the owner of the shop and the three people inside screaming at him, telling him, that's not here. That's not here. You're lying. He says, no, here's Minnesota, the state that just sent you millions of dollars. This is your address. And you're saying, you, the person who works here, have never heard of it, don't know the person on here. You don't know any of these people, but yet this is the building where they're getting millions of dollars working out of? Dun, dun, dun.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Well, that is
suspicious.
That is suspicious. And let me tell you, it doesn't stop at just the ones he busted, guys. We're about to go nationwide again. Guys, we are breaking it off the roof here in 2026. I've got new followers. Christine Bridges, if you're watching today, I saw your post on Facebook this morning. The left and right, everybody sucks. Sure, let's bust the fraud for everybody. All of them.
All of them.
If you want to bust fraud, you should be on the bandwagon and cheering real journalism. We can't live in the past where you turn over to ABC News and take the script. They're lying to you, and they're not even giving you the whole truth because it does them no good to give you the whole truth. What will people do if they're informed? Will they want to stop the fraud?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they can't let you talk about the fraud. Let's attack Nick. Let's attack journalism. Let's not talk about the fraud and the money being stolen.
Like we should be.
Don't go shooting on us, Addy.
Okay.
I get
it.
Guys, I'm not going to report on that because you already have a journalist doing the Lord's work on the ground, giving you the video, giving you the evidence that you can see yourself. I'm just doing our job reporting it, that we now have transportation fraud into the millions and millions again. Guys, we are only finding more and more as journalists do their job finally. Has this stuff been going on?
Yes.
But has any journalist reported on it?
No.
Because why? Who tells them they're not allowed to report on it?
The fake journalism.
That's right. So it will require journalists like you at home to start asking
questions.
And what are those questions, Addy?
Get ready. Who, what, where, when, why, and how?
If you're not asking those questions and you're not getting the answers to them,
you're not a journalist.
That's awfully suspicious.
Don't
be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Well, that is suspicious.
Exactly. I agree with you, Ed. And so that's it, guys. If you can turn on your journalism hat and they're not answering questions or they're attacking the journalist, ding, 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 ding. A light bulb going off. Suspicious.
Suspicious.
Now, let's get to some more news. Now that the people know, they can go do their own look-see and find out what's out there.
You know it.
NASA astronauts have returned
to the moon.
To Earth. They're back home. They did not get to do their spacewalk. Too many people were sick, etc. They're back home.
Yep.
They landed safely. The medical conditions being treated. We'll know more later.
Yeah.
Now, for those that were watching last night, looked outside, did they get to see that big rocket flying through the air?
Yes, wait, what?
It was a dragon? You didn't get to see it. You were sleeping.
Why did you not wake me up then?
It was pretty cool.
Mm.
Okay, guys, we want to make something also clear yesterday. So in Minnesota, the daycares were not full. The daycares were empty, and they were filming that. So what the teachers union decided to do was clear school for the month while our journalists are there. Because why? Do the parents still have to work?
Yes.
But what now happens to all the elementary school kids and junior high school kids that don't have anybody to watch them? Where do they have to go now?
Public school.
Into the daycares, because the public schools have closed. We have a liberal follower out there, Zandra Morris, who made it clear that the teachers felt dangerous because of something. So the kids all got out. Do you know what happened?
What?
Well, they got to fill up some of those daycares to make them look legit. And you know what's worse?
What?
All the kids that they sent to go do the protest in Minnesota to show them that the kids are going to protest at the Capitol, they had to cancel it. You know why?
Why?
They all started fighting. All the kids were fighting, punching, and hurting each other. The ones that were there protesting ICE. It was a joke. There was no protest. Now on CNN, you'll get like a couple of seconds of the clip where they're trying to protest, but it didn't last even 5 seconds. As soon as they showed up, the boys started fighting, picking on girls, doing all sorts of bad stuff that they can't get away with in school. But the school teacher said, let's let them out of school because it'll be safer. And so help you guys understand this. The Minnesota Teachers Union said, it's dangerous out there. We don't want the kids to be in danger. Zandra Morris, if you're watching, we don't want them to be in danger. So we're going to let them out of school and then send them down to the Capitol where all the cops are at, because that makes sense. Guys, do you have to use a brain to think that, or can you see what's happening?
You can see what's happening.
I think you can see what's happening.
I got a word for the teachers. Can I say it?
Please, lay it on those
Ready?
liberals.
Ready. You ready? Stop for saying the curse word. Ready?
Go for it.
You think that's safe? I'll tell you what's safe. My fist in your face.
No, we're not pushing violence.
All right.
We don't condone violence.
All right.
But if you do attack, she's ready to counter. We don't condone violence, Eddie. Okay. That's what the boys did yesterday. Did they get into fights and did they fight all over the Capitol? Mm-hmm. That's what they did. We're not going to follow that, right? Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, that's okay. Let's get back into what else happened in Minnesota last night. So if you didn't pay attention to the news and you didn't see, then you would have watched some gangbangers break into an ICE vehicle. Now, guys, there were guns and there was personal information in there, and they broke into the vehicles. They broke into the center. And if you've watched the video yourself, I mean, you got guys with face tattoos on there that look like that, I wouldn't let them anywhere near this little girl. They broke into the car. They stole stuff. And then this guy, who I am going to name because he's got felony charges coming his way, Andrew McCardo, big fan of Antifa, right? These guys. Mm-hmm. After breaking in and stealing the guns, ammo, and the personal information, they then broadcast live all of the doxing information. This is federal offense level, guys. We're talking about they broke into a car, they bashed it, they stole it, then they ripped out of the safe, they got the guns and the ammo. They stole it in their hands. The same people who say they're all anti-guns, they stole the guns and the ammo. Then they took the personal information and then they doxed it live on air. Now, obviously, X and other people have already moved to get that removed and to permanently ban those accounts. But it was broadcast live for all to see. Every single one of those federal agents' lives, their family, their children are at danger, as you've seen. Because one party is full of hate, and they're going to do everything they can to make everyone else shut up. But that ain't happening anymore, is it, little girl?
No, it is not.
It's 2026.
Not 2018, not 2015, not 2015.
Those games aren't going to work anymore. And little lady is here to let you know we're done with them. Journalism is returning. And you've got Nick and you've got Trey and you've got so many more on the way.
Yep.
So that's going to be some of our bigger pieces on journalism. There are some other things in the news we want to get to today. It's already 9:26. We're going to take a little break there now that we've brought you some of the general journalism news for the day. And we want to make sure that this episode is titled Journalism. And no matter when you watch it, where you watch it, what time and space you watch this episode, it will always be importante.
Always be importante.
Because the information today is not current. It's about journalism in general. And in order to save journalism, we need viewers like you to share this episode far and wide. If you like Addy, if you like me, please get this in the hands of all your most liberal people so that they can break their cognitive dissonance and we can return to a united America.
What's cognitive dissonance?
And I'll tell you right now, you didn't even say the word right. I'll tell you right now that if your liberal friends can't join us for the pledge, are they American?
No.
Well, if you're not American, you don't have children, you're not invested in the future,
you're not going to do the pledge either.
You're probably not going to do the Pledge of Allegiance.
All right, kids, let's get ready for round 2.
But for all the Americans out there, for all the Americans who want to stand united, regardless of your aisle, regardless of your political beliefs, and you know and you see that this is the 250th year celebration that we cannot get to until we first, oh man, Daddy's hair is going, until we first
do the Pledge of Allegiance.
Until we first expose the corruption and then unite America. Thank you for watching today, and we leave you with the coolest and smartest young reporter you've ever met, Adeline Robinette, leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance to America.
Let's go, kids. Round 2. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For all. That's the message you're going to see more of this year. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll leave you with the last piece of news. In 2025, 71 guys, we looked this number up multiple times, and there is some accuracy that some of these people maybe aren't even active real estate agents, but 71% of all real estate agents in 2025 didn't sell a single home. Not one home in 2025 did 70% of the real estate agents sell. That means 2026 is going to be a big year.
Yeah.
All right. We leave you with that. God bless. never ever forget that you can't spell daddy without the Addy. I said you can't spell daddy without the Addy.
Yeah.
We love you guys. God bless. Can't wait to see you tomorrow.